Warning: the following video contains images and spoken word that may be too intense for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Any resemblance to any persons, places, or things is purely coincidental, and no factual statements are implied.
The early morning sun casts its rays through a half-open bedroom window, the light landing on a bed. Amongst the chaos of mismatched pillows and blankets is the faint outline of a sleeping person. Slowly there is movement, and a disheveled tangle of yellow hair emerges from under a protective pillow. Margaret's pale blue eyes slowly flutter open, squinting against the offensive light that fills the room. She suddenly hears movement in her kitchen, and she smells the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. Either she has a very conscientious burglar, or her father was already here. Margaret stretches, and then after swinging her legs over the side of the bed, slowly stands to greet the day. Dressed in a yellow t-shirt and gray sweatpants, she slowly shuffles down a hallway towards the kitchen with eyes half open. Margaret stopped at the entryway where there she sees a tall, thin man standing with his back to her, his shoulder-length brown hair resting on a blue flannel shirt. He was too preoccupied with what he was working on in front of him to notice that Margaret was watching him. Yup, it was her father, all right. In his hands he held a frying pan and was looking back and forth, searching for something on the stove that was eluding him. "Papa," Margaret announced. The man turned slowly towards her. A kind smile appeared on his face, and his eyes filled with adoration, his face prickly with 3 days of growth on his cheeks. "Margie," Papa said softly. He walked towards her and embraced her in a big bear hug. "How did you get here so quickly?" Margaret said with her face buried in the man's chest. "I can move quite quickly in spite of my age, young lady. You woke up early. I was going to make breakfast after I finished my coffee." Papa handed Margaret the cup of coffee he had poured for himself. She accepted the cup and sat down at the kitchen table. "Your mother sends her love and regrets that she couldn't come. She is still working on your client's item. She seems quite taken by it." "What do you think it is?" Margaret asked. Papa paused to take in a breath of air. "Not sure at the moment, but I have my suspicions. I don't want to say until I can confirm. We should go meet your client today. He may be in danger, and if I am right, time is not on his side. I have his hotel number on my phone. I will text him to meet us at the cafe near here," Margaret said. She grabbed her phone and began tapping furiously. "I brought you some things, important things," Papa said softly. "Mom's cookies," Margaret said half-jokingly. "Nope, but just as cool. Things are changing. We have been making great progress as far as understanding the language of the glyphs. Your mother has been working on glyphs like these for years now, but she still cannot understand them. It's like working on a blank jigsaw puzzle. The pieces might fit together, but there is no picture in the end. We just know we can manipulate things when we are done." Papa slid something rolled up into a cloth across the table towards Margaret. It was long and narrow. Margaret slowly unrolled the object. It was a little club, heavy in her hands but well balanced. It was covered in glyphs, and Margaret could feel the vibrations from it. "Papa, these markings have great power. Where did you find it?" Margaret asked, entranced with the object. "Didn't find it. We made it. Your mother and I," Papa returned, his voice full of pride. "You can write glyphs now," Margaret responded. "Yes, we still don't know what we are writing, but we have learned how to manipulate them to do things for us. These glyphs should have great power as a weapon." Papa's voice became more cautious. "A weapon?" Margaret questioned. "Well, these are protection glyphs, so it will be like bashing an opponent with a shield. We won't know until we can test it. We obviously don't want to try it on an innocent test subject." But if your mother's suspicions about this box is correct, we may have a chance here, Papa answered. Papa, the spirits I come across are just lost souls. They aren't dangerous. They are just lost and need help. They don't deserve to be beat up, Margaret cautioned. Well, keep this with you just in case you come across something that does deserve to be beat up, Papa reassured her with a smile. This is also for you. Papa handed her a little black jewelry box. Margaret opened the box and looked down on a shiny gold necklace with a small amulet covered in tiny glyphs. Whoa, this is even more powerful, Papa. It's hard to look at, but still beautiful. Margaret squinted at the necklace. You will grow used to the shine in time. It is intense protection, Margie. This should protect you from any external energy trying to hurt you. Papa's voice was calm. That one your mom made specially for you. It should help you focus your gift, as it does your mother's. Margaret put the necklace over her head. She sat frozen, feeling the power of the jewelry. Her head began spinning like she was on a carnival ride. The room brightened, and she could see clearly small outlines around all the objects in the kitchen. It is focusing my senses. Margaret's head slowly stopped spinning, and things returned to normal. It had the same effect on your mother. You both have similar gifts after all. Papa watched Margaret carefully. Soon you won't even know it's there. Papa lifted his own necklace from inside his shirt. Now we all have one, Papa said with pride. I have one last gift for you, Papa said as he set a cardboard box on the kitchen table in front of him. Margaret looked at it, eyebrows furrowed with curiosity. Papa lifted what looked like a lamp with a candle inside. This is more protection, but mostly for your house. These are more protection glyphs. The candle shines through them and casts an aura of protection that extends outward, for a good distance too. Once the candle is lit, it will clean your house of dark forces. At least that's what your mother hopes. Papa produced a match and struck it on the edge of the table, the sulfur tip dancing to life, and the glow of the match lit up his face. He opened the lamp and lit the candle inside. The room soon filled with light in the shapes of the glyphs written on it. Suddenly there was a loud screech, and some bottles fell off the shelves on one wall in the kitchen, betraying a path of something that cannot be seen fleeing the room as it ran out a window. What the hell was that? Margaret yelled. Something that has been spying on you, Papa replied. Your mom's protection lamp seems to work. She will be happy to hear that. I can't wait to see her face when I tell her, Papa said excitedly, as he looked out the window to see if he could see which direction the entity had run off to. Let me take the lamp through the rest of your house. We need to make sure your place is clean. Papa lifted the lamp by its handle and slowly walked out of the kitchen, holding the lamp out in front of him like it was illuminating his way. As Papa walked through the other rooms, Margaret looked at the broken bottles that had fallen on the floor and slowly reached over and grabbed the club off her kitchen table and stuffed it in the pocket of her gym sweats. Seems she might need this after all. Margaret didn't know what that creature was that was in her house, but now it had made a mistake, the mistake of pissing her off. Margaret heard her father talking to someone as he started to walk back into the kitchen. House is clean. Yeah, it shagged its ass right out of the house, Papa said, chuckling while walking into the kitchen, his cell phone pressed against his ear. Yes, she's here right now. Papa stopped and looked at Margaret. Mama wants to speak to you. She has more to tell you about the club, necklace, and lamp, Papa said as he held out his phone to Margaret. Margaret's phone chimed, and she looked down at it as she took her father's phone. Clients at the cafe, we should get over there now. Hi, Mom. What's up? Margaret said. She listened intently to what her mother was saying to her, and a mischievous smile started to form on her face. Seems like things are getting more interesting now.